Hey everybody, it's Ruben Lowen here. It's Sunday afternoon here in McAllen, Texas, and this has been in my head all day. I had to write it down in my journal at church, and I had to come home and put it on the board. So after the Trainers Academy Saturday, and there was 9 different locations that were doing a joint live simulcast uh, Zoom conference training yesterday, and I've been to probably 12 trainers academies. I took more notes than I've ever taken before, and it was just been rolling in my head. Things we're saying. I've been a Toastmaster since 1994, and when people are, I'm conditioned to hear that the you knows, ahs, ums, the pregnant pauses, and so listening to some of those speakers, I'm not going to mention any names. I was able to get rid of, just quit focusing on that and really listen to them, and they know what they're talking about, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, right? So I'm not going to say any names, but I know they know what they're talking about. They just need to refine their presentation better. But all the things that came out that everybody was talking about on the bubble charts and on the progression and don't quit and this is why and all these things added to what's already in my head. Okay, so the main thing I got as far as the marketing side is and approach is you lead with the meeting. You lead with getting a one-on-one or a many-on-one type of meeting, or getting to the office for our regular meetings. Okay, that's key because everybody gets the feedback. That's what makes our system work. I don't have to do all the training. Okay, the system does the training for us, so everybody can come along as fast as they can from where they're at. Okay, you don't have to stop doing what you're doing with your marketing to be training. The system does that for you. That's very important. Okay, but I'm like, okay, so why is the training so important? Because there are so many people that need what we got, but they don't know they need it until they come to the training. Okay, first one that's like the most obvious is families. Why? Well, income stability. If something happens to the main breadwinner, the wife and the kids don't go in default on the mortgage, get kicked out of the house, have to go live with her parents or the husband's parents. It's taken care of. If somebody thinks ahead, somebody cares enough about their family to take those steps and get enough coverage. Okay, children. It's very important to children. The assets inside of a life insurance contract don't count against them on the FAFSA form when it comes to applying for financial aid. Okay, so the parents don't have to spend all their assets before the kid gets any financial aid, and most parents aren't going to do that anyways. The kids are going to have to go to work, and it's hard to work and hold down a job that you need to live while you're studying. It's too demanding. Attorneys like life insurance because it protects assets from the court lawsuits, i.e. divorce. Okay, you can't get at these assets in a life insurance contract. All right, business owners for key man insurance. If you got a business partner and he dies, all right, you don't want to deal with the wife as your new business partner, and she probably doesn't want to either. She's probably happy, being not having to go to work, all right, and taking care of the kids, raising them right. Okay, but if the husband dies, she doesn't want to go, take over a business she probably doesn't know a whole lot about. So they work out an arrangement. So each one of them pays a premium on a life insurance policy that will buy the other one out of the business. Okay, and that way the family's taken care of, right? And then you don't have to deal with the spouse when it comes to your business. Somebody that doesn't know how things are run and isn't used to the way you're doing things, right? You don't got to teach him, and it just gets rid of that headache. The real estate investors love it. Why? Because it's used in a strategy to be able to sell their income property and not have to do a 1031 exchange in an inflated market where they don't want to. Everybody wants to buy low and sell high. They don't want to buy low and sell high and buy high again. Okay, they want to get that equity out, and life insurance is part of a strategy that can get that money out without paying capital gains or taxes. It's the only way. Okay, cryptocurrency investors, it's the same thing. Using life insurance in part of a strategy, they can get their equity out of the cryptocurrency without having to pay the capital gains. The single adults. Everybody's like, I'm not married. Why do I need life insurance? It's called a laser fund. It stands for liquid assets safely earning returns. Okay, so I know I've seen several illustrations of people showing somebody that has a $1 million policy. They're funding it, max funding it, and now they want to buy a car, and the least expensive interest they can pay is borrowing from the life insurance policy to buy their car, their Mercedes or whatever, and when they pay back the loan, they're paying themselves. I knew a guy, he was into martial arts, he was a security guard at a hospital. It paid him enough to live. All right, it gave him time to practice martial arts. He bought a HUD home and fixed it up. Got an HUD home improvement loan, fixed it up. There was enough equity in that property. He got low loan to value, got a revolving line of credit, and would use that line of credit to buy other income properties, fix them up, sell them, and replenish the line of credit. Okay. You can do the same exact thing. The interest is lower, and you don't have to worry about bank underwriting to get the money when you do it with an Index Universal Life. Okay. Single adults. Well, we're talking about that as a laser fund. Okay, they can, make their mom the beneficiary. All right, but that's money for them. All right, down the road, it's going to grow. It's going to have tax advantages. Right, and then retirement planners. Using life insurance as a supplemental retirement. So if somebody had $1.2 million in a qualified plan, a annuity or an IRA, right? They may have rolled over from their 401k or their 403b or their TSP or whatever, right? And they're pulling $60,000 a year out of that at 25% tax rate, income tax rate. They're going to pay $15,000 a year. If they had a life insurance contract, a $300,000 Index Universal Life, they would be able to pull that $15,000 out tax-free, so it would supplement what they're paying in taxes, and that's a common strategy. All right, so these are the reasons why people need life insurance, but they won't know unless they get the education. So education gets people to understand how to use it, all right, and then you become a client. If you don't, then only people are very limited. They're just going to think, it's a good thing, as a family, income protection, right? But there's a whole lot more that life insurance can be used for, but most people don't know, and they won't know unless we teach them. All right, have a great day.